my creative peeps. I am here today to bring you another of the 12 days of Christmas, and it's this fun little carrier, and it's smaller than our mini coffee carrier. So I wanted to make this. I saw this idea by Rejoice and Create, and what I wanted to do is put donuts on one side and then like one of the mocha frappuccinos on the other side. I just haven't been to the store to get that yet, but this is what we're going to be making today. And we are using the Warm Hugs stamp set and dies. And so we're going to go ahead and get started. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to bring in your Stampin' Trimmer. And you are going to need a piece of cardstock that is 12 by 12. And we're going to cut this up here. So you're going to, because you actually need a piece that's 10 by 12 to make this, but then we need we're going to use the 2 by 12 inch piece when we cut that off. So let's go ahead and cut this off at 10 by 12. We're going to set that one piece aside. We're going to take the 2 by 12 piece, and on the 12 inch side, we're going to cut it at 4 inches. Okay. Then on the 2 inch side, we're going to score it at a 1/2 inch. So let's do that. Score it at a 1/2 inch. And then we're going to cut it at 1 inch. And you just need this little piece of paper, which we're going to wedge here, because this is going to help us put this box together. So I'm going to go ahead and, how do I want to do this? I'm going to go like this. I'm going to wedge the sides. So that's going to be a binder for us when we're putting our project together. Okay, now we're going to take that 10 by 12 piece of paper, and on the 10 inch side, we want to score it at 2 inches and 6 inches. So 2 inch and 6 inches. Okay, and then on the 12 inch side, we want that 2 inch score line to be facing our body. We're going to score it at 2, 6, and 8. 2, 6, and 8 inches. Then we're going to score it at, we're going to put our paper at 4 inches, and we're going to score to this first score line. Just like that. And we're going to do it at 10 inches as well. Oh, I went a little. So we're going to go just to that first score line. Okay. So now we are done with, well, hold on. We are not done with our paper trimmer. Let me give you the dimensions of the other pieces of paper that we have here. So we have 2 pieces that are cut at 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. We have 3 pieces. Where's my other piece? We might need to cut another piece. We have 3 pieces that are cut at 3 3/4 by 1 3/4. And then one of those we need to cut in half diagonally. So let me get another piece of paper. I apologize for that, you guys. Thought I was prepared and I wasn't. So let's see here. We're going to cut it at 3 3/4. by 1 3/4. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to cut this in half diagonally. So we're going to go corner to corner just like that in our paper trimmer. And we have that. So now we're done with our paper trimmer for right now. Okay, so now what we want to do is we are going to burnish all of our score lines except for those 2 partial ones, okay? Excuse me. And then one more right here. Okay. So with the bigger section facing up, just like we have here, we're going to cut up the bottom on the score lines to the first score line. So we're going to just cut this up just like this, and we're going to wedge out the square. So we're going to wedge into the square. Just like that. And then we're going to do the same thing on this bottom piece. And then we're going to wedge into the square. Okay, then what we're going to do on the top section, on the full score line, so this full score line, we are going to cut up to the first score line. So these ones that are half, we're not going to cut. So we're going to cut all the way like this down to the score line. And all the way down to the score line on this one, skip that one, and all the way down to the score line on this one. Okay. Next, what we're going to do, hold on here, I'm just trying to look at this really quick. So I don't want to make a mistake. Okay, so hold on, our box is going to go together like this. Okay, on the partial score lines, we want to cut, I've got to figure out how to cut this exactly how I want, the easiest way to tell you guys. You're going to cut to the score line on both those pieces. Okay, just like that. Now, because what we're going to do is they're going to fold in. Make sure I did that right. Yep, okay. Now what you want to do is you want to bring in your paper trimmer. And we are going to, so this is how your box is going to fold up, okay? And then these two are going to get glued together for sturdiness. But you want these pieces that are by themselves that we didn't cut, we want to cut that at a diagonal. So what we're going to do is put our paper, cut it at an angle. So I'm going to cut, make sure that that's lined up. Just like that. And then we want to do the same thing on this one. Okay. I think I cut up on the wrong one on that one. We'll fix it. Okay. So now what you're going to do is you're going to add your tab here to the side. So you're going to add adhesive right here to your tab. Whoops. You want it to be centered right on that crease. And then this is going to get folded up like this, okay? But before we do that, I want to add my designer series paper. So I'm going to go ahead and add my 2 blocks to here. Just like that. And then just like this. And then I'm going to add my 2 full pieces. I'm just going to flip it over to the other side so you can see the other side of the coordinating paper here. Just like that. Just like that. Okay. For just a moment, I'm going to tape that section that I think I cut the wrong piece on. Just so we have it sitting there, and if I need to cut it off, I will. Because I think I was supposed to cut this one at the diagonal, and I didn't. Okay, so now we're going to flip over our tab here. I hate when I mess up my project here. I create them so long ago, and then boom. Okay, so now we're going to fold. Actually, hold on. I'm going to put in, where's my front? This is my front. This side's my front. So I'm going to put the back in first, and then I'm going to glue down my tabs. This just strengthens the box by doing it this fold way. Put that down, and then we can glue the front down. And then we'll flip it over and put our bone folder into it. Where's my bone folder? Okay. Yep, see, I could already tell I kind of screwed this up. So I'm going to glue these 2 sides down to strengthen the box. So let's glue these down. Then I'm going to put my bone folder in there. Put glue on this tab because we want to strengthen that box, especially if you're going to put like a mocha like I was talking about in there that has a little bit of weight. You want to make sure that this is nice and secured. Okay, so how this is supposed to work, I was supposed to cut this side at an angle, and then so see how we have the sides like that. So this side should have been at an angle, and this side. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. Boy, oh boy. I'm gonna go ahead and tape my piece down because I totally cut the wrong side. So you're gonna do the opposite side of what I did. Leave it to me. And now I'm gonna have to wing it a little bit as to how I'm gonna cut this. So I'm gonna just use this as a template. And then this is the piece that needed to be folded inside, like this. And then we need to make sure that I cut this one at a diagonal. Oh boy, I'm sorry, you guys. Leave it to me. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna glue this piece to this piece, just like this. Okay, so let me add glue here to this whole piece. I guess that's the beauty of doing it on camera, right? You got to learn from my mistakes and cut the opposite one. Okay. So now we have that. And then I think what I'm gonna do, you guys, I'm gonna cut a piece to hide my cut mark there. So let me cut, see how long this is, 4 inches. Let me cut a piece off the rest of that 2-inch piece. And then I can cover up my mistake. That's the beauty of crafting. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this in. Okay. Just like this to cover up my little mistake. And then you're going to take your 1-inch hole punch or die cut, and you're going to cut a circle. And this one's kind of tough because I have so many layers going on there, but it'll work. I think it did all but this little center section right there. But normally it would cut right through that. Okay. Oh yay, I'm so glad we were able to salvage my mistake. I was so busy cutting and figuring it out while I was on the camera with you guys that I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and glue our diagonal pieces onto, I think I need some more glue, onto here. Yeah, you could tell that I didn't cut that very straight. I might have to go back in and cut that since I didn't use my paper trimmer. Okay. Okay, dokie. Okay. So then this is our front. And now what we're going to do is I also die cut a couple pieces. I used our festive felt sheets and I die cut that image. And then I did two 2-inch circles, 2 1.5-inch circles. I also did a heart out of the dies, and then some of the felt like rickrack. So I'm going to go ahead and glue the rickrack down right onto the top. And then we have a piece of Whisper White here that's our scrap that we'll layer up onto our circle here once we cut it out. And then for the other side, I layered, I'll show you here. I layered the green on top of the red, just like this. And then I added that felt like stop sign. And then we just need to stamp our other images. So we're going to take our images from here, and then using old olive ink, which I do have the stamp pad somewhere, oh, right here. Oh, let me put the rickrack on this side too. Don't want to lose that. Okay, whoops. Just like that, let that dry for a moment. Then we're gonna come in with For You. And our old olive ink. And then we also are gonna use Eat, Drink, and Be Cozy. Let me wipe that off really quick. I'll give these a bath when I'm done here. Okay, so got those done. And then we're going to take our 1.5-inch circle punch and punch those out. Just like that. And then we need some Stampin' Dimensionals. We're going to put this up on dimensionals. Okay, so the For You is going to go on the one without the felt, and then we're going to add that cute little heart die cut and put that in the center. And then on the Eat, Drink, and Be Cozy, we just glue this down to the felt because the felt, the dimensionals won't stick to the felt very well. So we're going to go like that. Okay. And then we're just going to adhere that down onto our box. And I'm going to add a little bit of ribbon in the background. So this is the Mossy Meadow stripe ribbon. And I'm just going to kind of fold it in half and then cut it at an angle and add it just like this with some dimensionals here. Or actually, yeah, let's see here. I'm going to put some glue down and at least get that started. And then we need to cut another piece as well for the other side. And then I'm just going to glue this on down onto that ribbon. Just like that. And then I'm going to flip it over and we're going to do the same thing on this side. So I'm going to put a big dollop of glue. Fold it in half. Put my block on it for just a moment. Get some glue on here. Oh boy, I lifted that block too quickly. And then put that down just like that. And I think what I'm gonna do is oh, they're not long enough. Okay. So let me hold that in place for just a moment. And then I'm gonna use our real red ribbon here and tie a bow around the top. So reminder, when you're making the project and doing the diagonal pieces, cut on the opposite rectangle, the diagonal pieces. Okay, let me turn this way. I cannot believe I cut those wrong, but that's okay. We're all human. It's a live video. It's all okay, right? I appreciate you guys having patience with me. So these are our projects for this today. And I'm gonna, when I'm off camera, I'm gonna go ahead and fix that on up. And I appreciate you guys joining me today. If you have any questions, you can always message me. If you liked what you saw, please subscribe and hit the bell notification to see any future videos that I do. Thank you guys very much. Bye-bye.